Hi, hello, and welcome to Ball Don't Lie. My name is Audie Elmore, back with another episode. I know it's been a little bit of time, and I've been sick. I've been hanging out with my friends on the weekend. I've been working. It's a bunch of nonsense, but we're back. What I want to talk about today as we shift now towards the end of football season and into baseball season. I know there's still college basketball, the March Madness and the tournament. We'll get into that eventually at some point, but for me, the shift really goes now from football to baseball because I'm a baseball fan. I'm a big Reds fan. This is a Reds town, and for the first time in probably several years, the narrative is still about the Cincinnati Reds at this point in the year. Normally, it's been about either FC Cincinnati, and understandably, FC Cincinnati should be a talking point as they're about to start their MLS season in the next couple of days. And then you have college basketball. This is one of the great college basketball towns in America. You've got Xavier, NKU, UC, all of which Xavier, and I think is now over 500. They're at 16 wins. NKU is at 22 wins, and Cincinnati's at 24 wins. So that's a lot of wins right there for three schools within 10 miles of each other. So you look at all that combined, usually that's the buzz at this time of the year in the city. That's not the case this year. The buzz is about the Cincinnati Reds. Everything they've done in the offseason requiring Matt Kemp and Yasiel Puig, getting rid of Homer Bailey, bringing in Tanner Roark, Alex Wood, Sonny Gray from the Yankees. Everything combined has made the buzz in this town be about one thing, and that's the Cincinnati Reds. So what I want to talk about to dive deeper into that, and more specifically, is Nick Senzel. Nick Senzel is the Reds' number one top prospect in the entire organization and has been for a couple of years now. He was drafted number 2 overall in the 2016 player draft out of Tennessee. He's a third baseman coming up. He's an infielder, could play second, could play third, could play some short. And he has essentially raked his way through the minor leagues. He's done everything the Reds have asked him to do. He's shown great promise, and he is undoubtedly the top prospect in this organization. Last year, there were rumors he could make the team in spring training and come up with the team on opening day 2018. That didn't happen. Instead, they kept him in Louisville, and they brought up guys like Cliff Pennington and Phil Goslin. Why? No one knows. Anyways, long story short, Nick Senzel is competing for a place on this roster right now in Goodyear, Arizona. The problem is, where do you put him? Senzel, like I said, came up as a third baseman, as an infielder. He could play second, he could play short. You look at the Reds infield right now, you have 3 all-stars. You have Votto, Jeanette, and Suarez. First base, second base, third base. You have your perennial shortstop of the future with Jose Peraza, who has done nothing but show improvement on the offensive side. And although they will need him to take a step forward defensively this season, he seemingly is everything you want out of your shortstop with that defensive production if he can bring that up. Other than that, he's hitting 280, 290 last year, and he had some pop too. He hit like 10 or 15 home runs. So that's fine. You can take that. Now the question is, where do you put Senzel? Last year, it was a little bit simpler. Well, he could play one of the corner outfields. Adam Duvall can't hit anymore, or we don't know what we're going to have out of Scott Schebler on a nightly basis. This year, the waters are murky because you have Yasiel Puig, you have Matt Kemp, Jesse Winker came on as one of the best players in the organization last year. He's got a spot on this team no matter what. And then you have now, with trading Billy Hamilton away, you have kind of a muddle of these guys that no one has really emerged as the starting center fielder. Schebler has experience playing there. Senzel has no outfield experience coming up in his career. Puig can play there a little bit. Kemp is probably not someone that can patrol center field at his age with his speed. So now you have essentially one true corner outfielder. You have a second in Jesse Winker, who with his speed is not going to be able to play center field. So now it kind of comes down to Puig, who has played a corner outfield for most of his career, Schebler, and then who next? And so the Reds have decided earlier in the spring and over the offseason that Nick Senzel is going to be an outfielder. And this is an ultimate vote of confidence for Senzel. They're saying, hey, we know you can swing the bat. We know we need you on this team. We have to find a spot for you, so we're going to need you to change positions. We're going to need you to be a center fielder. We're going to need you to be someone that can go out and play the outfield, and just for the simple fact that we can get you in our lineup. So now your potential opening day lineup would have someone like Senzel in center. You'd have Winker in right, maybe Puig in left. Kemp could come off the bench, or whatever. It gives you, long story short, it gives you depth at the outfield position and gives you multiple guys that can play it, and you're getting your number one prospect to the major leagues and his bat in the lineup. So that's the problem with this now is, and I think Nick Senzel has done everything he's everything he can to prove that he belongs in the big leagues over the last 2 or 3 seasons in the minor leagues, and everything he's done the last 2 spring trainings as a non-roster invitee to Major League Camp. Senzel has done everything right. Yesterday, he was, I believe, 3 for 3 with 2 nice plays out in center field. He's starting to prove that he can do this, and he's, in my opinion, playing his way onto this roster. So the big key to all of this for Nick Senzel is service time. This is called Major League Service Time. What happens is, if you have 172 days, that's considered a year of Major League Service Time. So, if the Reds bring up Senzel straight out of camp, he plays the entire season, he gets 172 or more days of Major League Service Time. That means he can become a free agent after the 2024 season. If Nick Senzel is sent to the minor leagues for 2 weeks until he reaches a certain threshold, and then the Reds bring him up to where he can't pass that 172 days of Major League Service Time, then that means the Reds have an additional year of control over him before he can become a free agent. What this does is it's actually really bad for the players. It's not anything good for the players whatsoever or by any means. Chris Bryant, this happened to him in Chicago. The Cubs waited, I believe it was 11 days for them, the way their schedule worked out. It was only 11 days. He missed 8 games. But Bryant was not happy about that. He did not feel that he was being righted by the Chicago Cubs. It's something he has to live with. It's a business decision for the teams because they're keeping one of their best players under their team control for an additional year before they can get to free agency. It sucks for the player, but it is what it is. So now the question becomes, what are the Reds going to do with Nick Senzel? They have repeatedly said that the best 25 players are coming to Cincinnati on opening day, period, point blank. Nick Senzel said the other day, I don't believe that to be true. It appears Senzel feels that he's going to be sent down to the minor leagues for at least the first 14 days of the season so that the Reds can keep control of him over another year. The Reds have put themselves in a position to do this now with Kemp, with Winker, with Schebler, and with Puig. But as a Reds fan, and as someone that tries to look at things through a glass half full, I think if the Reds are serious about winning, and they've tried to do everything to show us that they are in the offseason, if the Reds are serious about winning, if they want to try to win right now, I think you have to bring your best 25 players north to camp or to opening day for the season. And in my opinion, that means bringing Nick Senzel and having him, the top prospect, the opening day starter in center field at Great American Ballpark against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Because let's say everything happens the right way. Senzel has a great few years to his career. You're going to pay him anyways. The Votto contract is looking better and better each and every day. You're going to pay him anyways. We don't have any guarantee that Puig and Kemp are going to be there. So do everything you can to get to him as many reps as you can at center field, at the major league level. He's going to be there. If everything goes well, you're going to pay him at the end of the day anyways. It doesn't matter. Then you have your center fielder and potentially infielder, depending how things work out. You have your player of the future to bring you to the next level. You have him locked down no matter what. We're still talking 4 years down the road, 3 or 4, 5 years down the road. There's no harm at all in bringing him up right now and having your best 25 players here for opening day. I think if the Reds are serious about winning and they've gained back a lot of trust over this offseason, if they want to continue doing that, if they want to continue to build the trust back with the fan base after the horrid seasons that we've endured the past couple of years, they will do that. They will bring Nick Senzel with them on opening day, and he will be the starting center fielder of the Reds for the 2019 season. Do I see it happening personally? No. But I think if the Reds are serious about this, if that's really what they want, if they really want butts in the seats, first and foremost, they need that. If they want butts in the seats, if they want to contend in the National League this year in one of the hardest divisions in baseball, those 10, 12 games, they count. They matter. Ken Brew from 700 WLW has always said, baseball is a 62-game season. You're going to win 50 games. You're going to lose 50 games. It's what you do with the 62 games in between that matter. And those 62 games count. Those 10 to 12 games at the start of the season count. We saw how bad the Reds started last year and how much that hurt them in the middle of the season when they actually were playing good ball. So the fact of the matter is, if the Reds are serious about winning, if they're serious about trying to make a playoff push, Nick Senzel needs to be in Cincinnati on opening day playing center field against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Major League Service Time, the rule, it's dumb, it's asinine for the players. It doesn't help the players at all. But at the end of the day, it's business, and hopefully the Reds will see that the best business decision will be to start Nick Senzel on opening day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another topic, another video. The scouting combine is going on as we speak, and so much more to talk about and delve into in the world of sports during this busy time of year with everything going on. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the kind words everyone's given me. And as always, have fun, be safe, go Bucks.